we're going to jump into the Gacha revenue recap for 2026, January 2026 specifically. Again, I am sick, so I do apologize for the congestion if I have to stop periodically to blow my nose. This is one of the most popular series on numerous different Gacha content creators' channels because it is a means with which to one up the competition, to say my game is doing better financially than your game, and it fuels Gacha tribalism. And at the same time, I also want to point out, and I'm going to be pointing this out in every Gacha revenue recap moving forward, I debunked the revenue. I did. The revenue for Wuthering Waves has been repeatedly reported as being at approximately $15 to $25 million per month, every single month, okay, by the Gacha revenue website. However, Tencent themselves pointed out that for 2025, from the beginning of the year until July 2025, Wuthering Waves made a minimum of $570 million and had a minimum of at least 5 million mobile players, potentially millions of PC players as well. They were listed as being an evergreen game, and according to Tencent themselves, those are the prerequisites to being an evergreen title for them. With this in mind, I know this is going to upset some people, but that means Wuthering Waves is making a lot more than is being reported on by the Gacha revenue website. Not just Wuthering Waves, though, before people start saying, Stix, you're just shilling for Wuthering Waves. No, what this actually means is that if Wuthering Waves is being significantly underreported, then you know which other games are being significantly underreported? Genshin Impact, Zenless Zone Zero, Fate Grand Order, Chaos Zero Nightmare, Nikke, Arknights, Punishing Grey Raven, Honkai Impact, and several. Every single Gacha game as a part of this website is being vastly underreported. So anyone that takes this seriously needs to reevaluate and potentially get themselves checked mentally, because I've debunked this. You all now know this based purely off of Tencent themselves. Like, they publicly stated this themselves. So if you continue to tout this as some kind of, like Gacha moment, like one-up moment where this is factual in any form or fashion, then there's something wrong with you. But with this in mind, we are still going to go ahead and take a look at the revenue, because people are going to skip that intro and they're going to be like, I just want to get specifically to where he talks about the money. So they're going to go into this and they're going to watch the video and they're going to see me reacting just to the money itself. And they're not knowing that I actually debunked the entire thing in the intro of the video. So let's do that, because we're going to farm the idiots like we always do. Let's just do the important ones, okay? Black Beacon, dead. Yep. Goddess Order, dead. Yep. Higan Arathol, still making 4 grand. Okay, Mirror and Star Legends making 6 grand somehow. One Punch Man World is now dead. Noodle Cloud should effectively be dead based off of this revenue, but it's not. What else we got? Overfield only making 40 grand. That's really low. That's really low. It is. Cat Fantasy making 50 grand. Oh my god, actually saw an increase. They're in the green. That's fantastic. Anchor Panic at 60 grand. They're down from 150 to 60. Goddamn, that's low. Counterside maintaining. Eddie Chronicle actually doubled in revenue. That's very impressive. Fellow Moon is being shut down, so that's a big rip. Girls Frontline 1 actually up. Okay, cool, nice. Ash Echoes is dead. Resident Solstice, okay, it's still making above 100 grand. That's pretty good. Devil May Cry Peak of Combat. Why are you here? Why are you here? I don't know, man. Mormons down from 180 to 148. That's a shame. I got multiple Mormons videos coming, chat. I'm hoping to change this. I'm hoping I can make it green in a few months. Horizon Walker up from 150 to 160. Nice. Eversoul's ridiculously low. Holy shit. But that's because I think the game is way too free to play friendly. What else we got? Guardian Tales down. Rip. Yo, if Tower of Fantasy is still below 600 grand, even with their big overhauled gotchaless server of theirs, I swear to god, man. Outer Plane down from 350 to 250. Dislight down from 400 to 300. Ether Gazer down from 400 to 300. Star Savior in Korea, holy shit, Star Savior in Korea is dead. Let's see, Silver and Blood half revenue. Shit, they're getting close to EOS, man. Yo, what is this? What is this? Hold on. 400. Okay, they're actually... Okay, they're not completely dead. Let's be honest. I actually did see a slight uptick, but they're down from 560 to 490. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. What else we got? Destiny Rising down from 1.3 million to 600K. Okay, ripped off. Damn. You know, NTE can't come soon enough, chat. NTE needs to come immediately. So I'm calling Valaria down from 1.2 million to 700K. Eminence in Shadow. This is actually a really shit game, too. I don't know how it's still making money. Ethereum Restart. Oh, shit. Chat, they're in the sub 7 digits. They're in 6-digit revenue territory. Oh my god. Ethereum Restart is actually lower than Snowbreak. Is that the lowest it's ever been? Hold on. We gotta investigate real quick. Is that the lowest it's ever been? No way. Oh my god. Oh my god. I think this is the lowest it's ever been. Yeah. Holy shit. Ethereum Restart's dead. Oh my god. I wonder why. I wonder if it's because the devs are just incompetent and they ruined the game. Punishing Graven down from 1.5 to 900K. This is gonna be big next month though. Just watch. This is going to be insane next month. Dragon Raja down. Lost Sword up from 700,000 to 1.1 million. Hey, nice. Haikyuu Fly High still making above $1 million. God damn. Evertale. Dude, this is a shit game. How does it still make $1 million? Holy fuck. Path to Nowhere down from 2 million to 1.2. I mean, that's still really good. Huncamp back down from 1.4 to 1.2. That's still really good. Stellasura at 1.3 million? There is no way. Yo, it's only been out for like 3 months, right? Just last month, it was at what, 2.3, and the month before that, it was at what, 4 million? It's went from 4 million to 1 million in 2 months. Oh my god. Holy shit. You know what, chat? Chat, how much do you bet? How much do you bet they blame me for its revenue? How much do y'all bet? You want me to... Okay, you know what? You know what I'm gonna do right now? To prove a point, how I live in these people's heads, okay? Completely rent-free. What I'm gonna do right now is check. I am going to open Discord, and if I have been talked about in the last 12 hours in the Stellasura Discord, if they have blamed me in any capacity, then I am right. I am 110% right that they blame me for nothing and for everything at the same time. Let's see. Discord. Here it is. Stix. Holy shit, how much did they talk about me there? Oh my god. The 26th, the 25th, 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 25th. Oh my god. Stix dealt a huge blow to Stellasura. Yeah, I did. I did a video on it. I did a couple videos on it, and that was it. Yeah, a few videos that I did were enough to destroy the game. Ruined another community. Oh my god. Hold on, what is this even in reference to? Hold on. So this is a different person. Stix was a sponsored streamer who backed out because the overall opinion was ass. And so he farmed that instead. But he didn't do the same for Arknight's Enfield. I literally have a video titled Everything Wrong with Arknight's Enfield because I talk about the good and the bad. Yo, these people they're special. I told you, chat, they can't, anything at all happens, and it's my fault. Stop showing my alt accounts. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. They're your secret fans. Can you believe it though? Like, instead of being like, okay, what the issue is, and then like listing the issue, they're just like, nah, Stix's fault. He killed our game. Stix killed our game. That's it. Yep, that's a reason right there. God damn. And they're hating on Enfield too. Yes, they're saying that I'm not hating on Enfield, but I'm hating on Stellasura. But they're saying I should be hating on Arknight's Enfield. God damn, dude. Okay, let's continue. Let's see what else. I bet Chaos Zero Nightmare is still making millions of dollars, a minimum of 5 million. I guarantee you. And the reason for that, I bet, is the reason why I bet it's still making at least 5 million is because Chaos Zero Nightmare is a really good game. Let's see. Kaiju number 8 making 1.4 million. That's pretty good. Epic 7 at 1.45. Nice. AFK Journey down to 1.7. Damn. AFK Arena. The fact that AFK Arena is actually higher than AFK Journey is wild, dude. Wizardry Variants Daphne maintaining at 2 million. Fire Emblem Heroes at 2 million. Heaven Burns Red at down to 2 million. Persona 5 and Phantom X actually barely above 2 million. Is this the lowest they've ever been? I need to, let's see. This is the lowest they've ever been. This is the, no, it's not. Well, actually, this is the lowest the game has been since it released globally, chat. Since it released globally, this is the lowest that the game has ever been. Holy shit. That's insane. That's actually crazy. Girls Frontline 2 down to 2.6. Oh my god. Is that the lowest they've been? No, almost the lowest they've ever been. Close, but not quite. In a shocking turn of events. Brown Dust 2 down from 6 million to 2.9. Holy crap. That's actually still doing pretty decent, though. Limbus Company up. Whoa! The second highest the game has ever been. Yo, that's fantastic. Limbus Company is an incredible game, so it's definitely deserving of that. You stopped spending on Girls Frontline 2? Understandable. Everyone I know has actually quit in the last couple months. Memento more. How does that make money? Shining Nikki, 3 million. Damn. Seven Nights Rebirth, 4 million. That's still really good. Butcher of Realms, 4 million. They want to sponsor me too as well, chat. Seven Days into Grand Cross maintaining at 4.5 million. Azure Lane at 4.5 million. That's phenomenal. Bleach Soul Resonance. There has been so much drama for this game recently, chat. I'm not sure if I should cover it or not. Trickle Chibi Go. Damn. That is incredible. Phenomenal and totally deserved. That's a super cute game. Chaos Zero. Look at that. Still 5 million, chat. $5 million still. That's crazy. Yes, it's down from 11 million. But we'll have to wait and see next month, because 5 million is a crazy number when you compare it to Stellasura's 1 million. Husbando game, 5.5 million. Husbando game, 5.5 million. Shadowverse, 6.5 million. That's actually really good. Dragon Traveler, the Gooner Gacha that actually sponsored me as well, 7 million. Damn. That's actually deserved. That was a super degenerate gacha, and I actually... Yo! Reverse 1999 at 7.5 million. That is the second highest the game has ever made. Holy crap. Dude, Reverse 1999 just continues to grow. It's Hoyover, chat. Honkai Star Rail, no new content? Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I know it's had no content. But it's still impressive to see it all the way down here. Yeah. Is not in a good state right now. Not in a good state at all. God damn. You know what I think is going to happen, though? Because typically Hoyo players play Hoyo games. So what happens is when Hoyo has downtime, the people spend in Genshin, and when Genshin has downtime, the people spend in Honkai Star Rail. So what I'm thinking here is that everyone will have moved from Star Rail to Genshin while they wait for Honkai Star Rail to actually, you know, get their shit together. But this is just temporary. But seeing this down at the bottom, like the top 21, down to 8 million is wild. Having that on record, though, like it making that little is crazy. Blue Archive up to 9 million. That's actually very impressive. Second highest it's ever made. That's really good. And you know why? It's because people moved to from Stellasura back to Blue Archive. Yep. I'm sure Honkai Star Rail 4.0 will do crazy. Don't worry. Infinity Nikki up from 3 to 9 million. Oh my god. Okay. People are stupid, evidently. Dragon Ball Legends down. Uemusume down from 22 to 15. 16 million roughly. That's still really good. Like, that is still really good revenue. 16 million's crazy. Arknights up from 10 to 17 million. Oh my god, that's crazy. Okay, it's actually less crazy than I thought. When looking at the revenue, that's the 16 million is actually pretty average or below average for the last 6 months. But I mean, Arknights is literally my second favorite gacha game of all time. My favorite gacha games are, you know, Nikke is number 1, and then Arknights is number 2. Wuthering Waves is number 3. Arknights Enfield now is number 4. Dokkan Battle up from 8 to 18. That's very impressive. Wuwa down from 23 to 18 million. Still a fantastic number, chat. That's still really good. But once again, as I pointed out, Wuwa is apparently making about 80 million across PC, mobile, and PlayStation every month, according to Tencent themselves. So seeing this number here is why you should look at all these numbers and think to yourself, oh, all of this shit is fake. Arknights right here probably made upwards of 40 million. Honkai Star Rail, even though it's at number 21 here, making 8 million, probably made upwards of 30 to 40 million still, which is crazy to think about. Nikke up from 17 to 18.5 million. That's fantastic. That's the new The new character, chat, Velvet. Zenless Zone Zero down from 27 to 23 million, which is still fantastic. That's really good revenue. And if you think about it, chat, as I just debunked at the beginning, this is probably making at least $80 million. Potentially more, because this isn't real. Arknight's Enfield at 30 million opening in 8 days. That's crazy. And if you think about it, that probably made over $100 million if we apply the same logic to this as we did to, you know, Wuthering Waves at the beginning, as we debunked with Tencent. So that's probably made, in actuality, over 100 million. 30 million at launch is crazy, especially for only, like, what, 8 days? Actually, maybe play Honkai Star Rail again. Finally having some sidekicks running around with you during the story was so refreshing instead of just walking with the current banner character that barely exists after the banner ends. Yep. Fate Grand Order up from 28 to 33 million. That's impressive. Third highest it's been at in the entire year. That's impressive. Pokemon TCG still at 35 million. Love and Deep Space down from 84 to 35 million. Damn. End of service. Look at that. Second lowest point that it's been at in the entire year. Oh my god. Oh my god, the women. What are they gonna do? They're not gonna have Love and Deep Space to play. Oh no. Number 2, Naruto Mobile. Okay, the fact that that's always up there is crazy. And then Genshin Impact up from 40 to $66 million. And chat, as we pointed out before, since you cannot apply something to one game but not the other, I know this is gonna upset some people, but if Wuthering Waves is confirmed to be making around $80 million a month by Tencent themselves, right? And this revenue here is triple what Wuthering Waves made, or quadruple what Wuthering Waves made, at least this month. And Wuthering Waves, in theory, made about 60 to 80 million. Then we're looking at Genshin this month, probably made about 150 million or more, which is insane. But if was making about 80 million on average, I'd say since Genshin's on average about like, what, 20 to 40 million? Aren't they? Yeah, 20 to 40 million. I'd say applying that ×3 or ×4 multiplier would put Genshin at about an average of at lowest 60 million and at highest 150 million. So if was making 80 million a month, Genshin's making about 60 to 150. 60 at their lowest and 150 at their highest. So that's insane. Again, we debunked everything at the beginning. And since I know people are coming here at the end of the VOD, looking specifically at the top 10 and specifically at Genshin, we debunked everything. I urge you to go back to the beginning, take a look. But all of this, all these numbers have been debunked. These numbers are incredible. They're genuinely insane. And it blows my mind, dude. Actually blows my mind. I know you think that you just hit the end of the video, and technically, yeah, you have. And I know your first reaction is to close out of it at this juncture, but don't. No, instead, I urge you to take a moment here and click one of the videos on screen that are coming up in just a moment so you remain up to date with everything going on in the gacha genre. Trust me, you're not going to regret doing so. Stay flaccid.